If you look at the name of the company, the whole idea was we wanted something that said Canadian and natural, thus Green Beaver. It all started by a discussion that I had with my wife. Is it time to start a family? You know, you can't have a baby crawling on the floor, putting their fingers in their mouth when you just finished washing it with chemicals, you know. So it was like just purging the house, getting building the nest, I guess, for what was to come. Back in those days, there was very few natural products available. So, and with our background, Karen being a biochemist, I'm a microbiologist, we started formulating our own product. One of the drawbacks of using ethanol-based hand sanitizer is that it can dry out your skin. So we thought of you and we added some glycerin. Glycerin is actually an unbelievable moisturizer. We added some mint and some orange, and we found that the combination made a very nice smell. Lavender, very nice, calming. So I think you're gonna appreciate it. It's 100% natural. We were basically on a mission to just let people know, you know what, there are alternatives to chemicals. Natural products work great. We can help people through our products to help to live a healthier, natural life, you know, and nowadays in a sustainable world, also that's very important. It started as a hobby. We said, we'll get a few mixing plates, just turn, you know, half the kitchen into a lab, which we both like to do. So it was a nice little pastime. Little did I know that here I would be 20 years later and took a good part of my life, you know. You always gotta identify who is your target audience. For us, it's moms, especially moms with new babies. That's when it starts. A lot of them, that's when they start to use natural. Then the whole household has to follow. The moms tend to be the ones that decide what products they use in the house in general. Lavender baby lotion. Looks yummy, eh? We wanted to come out with baby products to start with, but that was challenging at the time because there weren't that many natural preservatives around in those days. There's been a big shift in people's mindset. 20 years ago, if I approached a mother with young children and try to convince her to use natural products on their kids and things, they would kind of look at you kind of funny because it was all new, right? And they'd say, well, is it safe? You know, you get that kind of response because nobody really thought about what is in their baby lotions or shampoos and things like that. So this is wax that comes from plant leaves. We'll use it as a thickener in some of the creams. Which hazelnuts you have. These are all, it's a big bag of lavender petals. And then we have things like sweet fern, yarrow. We're trying to use a lot of Canadian ingredients, you know. Raspberry seed oil. We use it in the sunscreen as an antioxidant in a couple of our creams. Cranberry seed oil, that comes from Quebec, mostly for skincare products. We decided to go with products that are easier to preserve without using chemicals, because that was our mandate, right? 100% natural. I mean, we were the first to bring out certified organic sunscreen. We were the first to introduce natural anti-cavity toothpaste without fluoride that is approved by Health Canada. We're the first that came out with the aluminum-free antiperspirant. We are actually the only one. The need has greatly increased, especially in the last 5-6 years. And when I talk to these millennial moms, oh my God, it's totally different. It's like they're trying to sell me on natural, you know? A lot of people don't think about it, you know? They think about sustainability as, oh, whatever the packaging. Yeah, that's a big part of it. I hate plastic with a passion. So I'm working a lot with the packaging industry, trying to stay really on top of, okay, what's the latest thing? As soon as we can get rid of the plastic, I'm jumping on it. But it's the ingredients, you know? If you're using chemicals instead of natural ingredients, well, they won't quite biodegrade the same way. Obviously not. Some of it actually won't. That's the chemical ones. We'd like people to understand also that where does everything go? How many synthetic artificial fragrances and dyes and colors from shampoos and soaps that will end up in Lake Ontario? Or if you're in Ottawa, the Ottawa River. And those chemicals do end up in our rivers, and then we end up drinking it. You know, climate change actually, I think, has sensitized people about what they use. We have a lot of experience formulating natural products. We're really good at it. We're really good on innovating. That's our strength here, maybe because the company was started by 2 scientists and not 2 business people, you know. Now we are working with new forms of zinc oxide for sunscreen. So I'm just playing around with that. Another one that didn't work. Back to ground zero. So the lab has always been for us the most important, one of the most important part of the company. There's a lot of trial and error most of the time. And over the years, we came out with some silly products, I think. And one of them actually we still have, and people think it's weird. I love it, and the reason we have it is because I love cilantro. That's unique. Not a big seller, that's formulating, right? But yeah, we have a lot of knowledge, and we have very good distribution. Right now, of course, throughout Canada, Vancouver, Mississauga, Calgary, Toronto, States. We have Hong Kong, Singapore, and I just got our first PO for just a small 25-store chain in Mexico. Abroad, people, they see something made in Canada, they think quality. So I think there's a lot of potential. First, I love the location. I mean, you're an hour from Ottawa, an hour from Montreal, an hour from upstate New York. I mean, an hour, maybe 20 minutes from Vermont. I mean, wow. I just hired a girl that grew up in Hawkesbury, went to school, got a degree in biotechnology, came back because I created a job. Well, normally those young people didn't come back because there was no job. But I find that the younger people are coming back. That's a good sign. Right now, if you go to any store or whatever, grocery, look at an aisle, they always have some natural products or whatever, And maybe it represents, let's say, 20% of the category. You give it another between 5 and 10 years, natural products will represent 80% of what's there because the demand is there. There's still more awareness to get more people onto the natural bandwagon, Most entrepreneurs are builders. And when they always want to build it bigger. I think there's still a lot of work to be done, so I'm not done